I've got one last thing to do today. But today is actually yesterday, as you're probably watching this now. I need to get my lilies that need the water into the water. So what I'm going to do is take one of my aquaponics pots. They're special. They've got holes in the bottom. So you put, what I'm going to do is go natural. Ouch, that's a thorn. Me and my freaking hurt little paws here. Yeah, that's what we do. Ow, there's another one. I'm going to put a bunch of this down in here, though, despite getting stuck on all of the blackberries that I forgot were in here. I'm going to do this, put that in the bottom, and then I'm going to go over here and see about getting a little bit of this good rich soil of mine. Yeah. And to do that, I'm going to use my torch axe. Yes, Mr. William Gates, we could use a torch axe in Minecraft. If Notch was still doing it, we'd have one. Yep. Let's see. What's this going to be like in real time? We've got a minute and a half so far. Yeah. It's important that you make the most use of every day that you can. Every day. Yep. So many people have sacrificed for our right just to have a life. I don't know why I think about that every time I come to this spot in the dirt. Yeah. But I do. I'm going to have to do the rest of this off camera, I think. At some point, I'm going to need both hands. Make the video shorter, too. I'm going to fill this up with soil, and then get that in the, get my lilies in there, and then get that over into the pond. So hang on, and I'll be right back. All right, well, that's done. That was last night. All the soil and everything is brought moisture up. Those flag irises are going to be quite happy here in the aquaponics. I may move them around a little later, so as this level is going to need to come up some, I'll probably incorporate it some other way. But this little jobby right here, this was given to me by a friend of mine, Jim Crawford. Went to see him one day and we exchanged a few plants. And he's a rock hound, amongst other things. Rocks and fossils, lots of knowledge. Has some great websites on Facebook, or Facebook pages. I got a little distracted here by this dragonfly. It'd be great if I could keep this in a thing. Dragonfly exoskeleton. I raise a lot of dragonflies in here. Well, nature does. I just give her a place to do it. But this is a big piece of calcite that has been wire wrapped into this little decorative thing. Little things like that mean a lot to me. They're sentimental. That's always a reminder of Jim Crawford, my friend out there. But yeah, we need rain. We need a lot of it, or I'm gonna have to start adding some water here pretty fast. I don't like that. Pretty soon this is going to be cranking up. I'll probably do that later on this week, start working on that, get this cleaned up a little bit more. Today is going to be a very short video, very short. Don't have a lot that I want to make a video on. I want to do some stuff off camera for a little bit and not stress on it. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I want to update you on something though. What you're seeing here are just a tiny amount of the mulberries that fell off of one tree. This is the ones you saw yesterday, and I picked up a few more. But once my mulberry trees right now are not set up to where I can easily harvest these. I don't know what kind of weird contraption I would have to make to catch all of these that fall. It would take it would take some doing. They're just not in great places. Next year, I hope to have a bunch in some great places, but I'll still have to be waiting for them to be producing. But I'm gonna start some new trees and get them going, and show some different ways of growing them that I think will work out and help some folks. Um, these, what I'm going to do, I mentioned sending out some mulberry seeds from last year. What I'll do is anybody that I was talking to about that, I'll send some of those out, but I'll also send some of these. The others that I've got from last year, they haven't come up yet. I don't know if they will. A year in a refrigerator may be too long for them. I don't think so. That's how they store them, but we'll see. But I'm going to send some of these out, and then you'll have fresh seeds that you can do however. Maybe just pick a spot in the natural soil and let them come up on their own. They have to be stratified, okay? You do have to have about 30 days, I believe, in the refrigerator in order for them to be stratified. But that'll be fun. I'll send some of these out with it. The strawberries, I saw yesterday, I looked around. I've got strawberry plants. I'm about to ship some of those out, but I can't send any of those seeds. They're just gone. One thing that you want on your property is you want to have, now here's a tip for you, okay? You want to have lots of different kinds of food growing, okay? Foods that get ripe at different times. I've got many different kinds of berries, all right? I've got blackberries, a few raspberries I'm trying to get going, and a few dewberries. All of those are like brambleberries, but they ripen at different times, different stages. You always want to have something different to pick so you're not overloaded, and you can time your harvest to where you're able to work it and get the most out of it, and then move on to the next thing. That is like one of the best things that you can do on your property, is to always have something ripening at different times. What else? There goes one of my terrible lizards, but he's done gone. Let's see. Here's a little sweet potato I brought out of the greenhouse. Got that started a while back. This is one of my rare sweet potatoes that a friend of mine gave me, and as you can see, this was back on the 12th of this month. And let me just take a quick look. What is it? Does it show? I'm not sure what day is. Is it 20th today? I think it's 20th. So just a few days ago, this already had some tiny little sprouts on it, but look at how much it's grown. Now there's a lot of slips forming there. But as you know from previous videos, I've had them in the greenhouse growing all year, and I've already given away many of my sweet potato slips. These are not for fun. I'll be growing these on out and all through the summer. And then when the wintertime comes, I'll do the same thing. I'll take all the varieties of sweet potatoes and make sure that I've got them growing all winter long as houseplants, basically, which is what you can do. Don't, there's lots of ways to start sweet potatoes. I've showed you what I found as the best way, which is in the dirt. Now this one is spiked up, in the dirt like that, but that is because it already had sprouts starting there on the top, so I let it continue. Got a couple of more in there in the bottles and everything. It's funny because Jason Avers was talking about this earlier. There's a lot of sweet potato videos out there, but he talked about food production, and that's an awesome thing. How much food do you have to survive? How much do you have to be growing on your place? It's more than you think. There's some good guides out there for that. But these are so pretty, and during the summer they do quite well. They love the heat and the humidity. I just thought I'd share that with you. Pretty soon I'll have sweet potatoes all over the place. And then one day, or at least I hope, I'm a little late on some things, but that's a quick look. So no strawberry seeds can I send out. I am about to send out some strawberry plants, and I will be sending some year-old mulberry seeds that are dry, and some of these fresh ones as well. These will be in their own little baggie, to keep them from messing everything up. Oh, let's see. And this tree here, I think I'm about to do some pruning on that, some severe pruning. I don't want it to be tall like that. There's one plum. I'm not sure. Did I call it a plum tree before? Let's see. There's one plum I finally saw. Maybe another one hiding up there. But this is going to have to be pruned down. I'm not going to keep losing my fruit. The wind here gets very strong, and that action just knocks everything off. No point in having it if it's going to do that. So I'm going to retrain it to grow low. All my fruit trees will be done that way. But now here's the thing though. Here's one little quick tip, and then I'm going to say bye. If you are in a situation where you have a lot of open area, you can have your mulberry trees in such a way to where they're out in the open, and you can spread down the sheets or tarps or whatever and let them fall. And that's the way a lot of people do them. They will let them fall. They'll shake the tree and they'll all fall down, and you get a huge harvest. One mulberry tree, mature mulberry tree, will give you about 250 pounds of fruit on average each year. And it's a very worthy thing to have. And a lot of people have them on their farms around wherever their poultry is, so that this drops as an additional food source for them, or any farm animals. These get snapped up pretty fast. But there's cat hair and dog hair, and ain't no telling what else on all those. And I'm not going to eat those. But there's probably 50 or 60 pounds of these things laying around that just don't do me any good now, But I'll be working at making it to where it does do me some good. So I know this is long-winded kind of chat here, so I apologize for that. But I will see you folks tomorrow, and I hope you've had a great day. And I guess that's it here from Homestead Aquarius. Just a little few things here, a little bit of talking, and maybe I told you something that you didn't know. But hey, y'all be good, and I'll see you tomorrow.